Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm excited to share with you guys this amazing recipe, and I figure with everything that's going on in this world, who doesn't need a few cookie dough energy balls in their life? So I'm gonna take you through how to make these step by step. If you guys want the ingredients and the recipe, they're gonna be written in the description box down below, but I'm telling you, they're super easy to make. They are really quick. They're made with common ingredients that you probably have in your house already. They're full of some healthy fats, protein, and I'm telling you, these are amazing. They definitely hit the spot. So the ingredients that you're gonna need for this are rolled oats, medjool dates, your favorite non-dairy milk, in which case I'm using soy milk for this one, but almond milk or coconut milk or whatever you want will work. Natural peanut butter. You wanna make sure it's natural peanut butter, not any of that junk that has a bunch of hydrogenated oil and other additives in it. Flaxseed, chocolate chips. So this is obviously optional, but they are so good in there, so yeah, you can make that decision. Cinnamon, shredded coconut. So we're actually just rolling them in the shredded coconut. It's not an integral part of this, but it does make a very nice finished product. And some plant-based protein powder. So for this, I'm using VivoLife's Salted Maca Caramel flavor. It goes so well with this, it's so tasty. I guess you could probably use like a vanilla or a chocolate as well, or you could leave it out entirely if you want. You just want to use a little bit less liquid if you're gonna do that. I like using VivoLife's protein because I know that their products are all heavy metal tested. The fermented protein is really easy on the digestion. It's also really fine, so it doesn't add a gritty texture or anything like that. And their products are all vegan. So if you guys want to check them out, I am an ambassador for these guys. You can check out my link in the description down below. I do have a discount code Derek10 for 10% off on your first purchase. You are also gonna need a blender for this, and only because we are going to be blending up the oats to make oat flour. So you don't necessarily need a high-powered blender like a Vitamix here. I know that my Magic Bullet will do it just fine as well, but if you don't have a blender for whatever reason, you could always just purchase oat flour pre-ground. You're also gonna want a large mixing bowl to mix everything in, and then some measuring cups are gonna help as well. But we're not baking or anything here, so you could pretty much just eyeball all this stuff. So the first thing we wanna do is blend up the oats. 1 cup of oats. And I'm also gonna throw the flaxseed in there as well, because this flax, although it is pre-ground, it's still a little bit rough, so I would like it to be a little bit smoother. So this is 1/4 cup of ground flaxseed. So you can go ahead and put that in the mixing bowl. Oh, things are getting serious here. I'm zooming in. So next, I'm just gonna take the pits out of the dates. So just in case your dates aren't quite as big as this, I figure I'd put them into a measuring cup to give you guys an idea, and it's just under 1/2 cup of dates. And the nice thing about using medjool dates is that they're so soft that you can just basically chop them up, and then once you put them in there, you can just work it all together with your hands and everything blends just fine. So you don't need to use a food processor or a high-powered blender or anything like that. Of course, you could just throw this all into a food processor if you want, but I'm just trying to make this accessible to everybody. So if you can't find nice soft medjool dates like this, what you can do is soak dates for a little while to soften them up. It'll probably change the recipe a little bit, but if that's all you have, then you gotta work with what you got. And then 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And if you don't have peanut butter, you could use almond butter, or sunflower seed butter is another really good option. Sunflower seed butter actually works really well in here. I don't necessarily love it on its own, but in a recipe like this, I find it works pretty well. I mean, how are these not gonna be good? Then we have 1/2 cup of non-dairy milk. And I'm gonna be using 1 scoop of protein powder. So this is about 1/3 cup. Of course, if you wanted them to have more protein, you could add more. If you wanted them to have less, you could add less, or none at all, like I mentioned. This is 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. And again, these are non-dairy, vegan chocolate chips. I'll actually show you guys the brand. So Enjoy Life, this is the brand that I am using. They're actually mini chips, which work really well in this. And then I like to add just a teaspoon of cinnamon, of course. If you don't have cinnamon, it'll work out just fine without it, but it does add a nice flavor to it. So I've tried this recipe a few ways, and I find that just a pinch of salt really helps to bring out all the flavors. Of course, this is optional as well. I mean, the whole thing's optional. I don't care if you guys make this or not. No, I'm just kidding. I do. I hope you guys do make these. And then we won't be needing the flaked coconut in here. but like I said, we will be rolling them in that at the end. Of course, you could put some flaked coconut in here, but I find it to be like a little bit gritty, so I don't think that it improves anything, in my opinion. So next you just want to work it all together, mix it up with your hands until it is one uniform consistency. Basically, you're making cookie dough here. So for whatever reason, it is a little bit dry this time. So I will add a little bit more soy milk, and I will make the corrections in the recipe down below. I tested this recipe like so many different times that maybe I got it a little bit mixed up, but I'm just gonna add 1/4 cup more and it's gonna be perfect. All right, so that's better. So I actually did learn something just now as I was mixing it all up, and if your hands are in there for too long, you start warming up the chocolate chips and they melt. So what you might want to do is mix everything up first and then add the chocolate chips at the end and then just mix those in. So once you have it all mixed together like this, usually I ask you guys to taste your recipe as you go to make sure that it tastes okay, but I'm gonna recommend that you don't do it this time because I'm telling you, you're probably gonna eat like half of it just like before you make them into balls. So let's just start rolling them into balls right away before I eat all this. So you just want to grab a small handful of the dough and then just roll it in your hands to make a ball. Just pop it into the coconut shreds, roll it around, and then there you have it. Look how beautiful it looks. So I'm just gonna put it on a plate and I'll roll the rest of these and then yeah, we're pretty much done. And then here's some from earlier that I just kind of stuffed the chocolate chips into because I actually didn't make them with chocolate chips at first. So if you guys don't want to roll it in the coconut shreds, then this is kind of how they would look. So that's it. Once you guys have rolled them up, they're ready to eat just as is. But if you guys want, you could put them in the fridge for about 20 or 30 minutes. I do find it improves the taste and the texture a little bit. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely hit the like button if you did enjoy it. Definitely tag me on Instagram if you guys do make these. You know, I love seeing your creations. Subscribe so you can see more from me. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye. Let me get into these.